Hi, this is Pastor Chris Hayward, and I'm glad you could join us for another edition of CS Weekly. For this week, I've been looking in John chapter 5, where Jesus went to Jerusalem during the time of the Feast of the Jews, and he went there to the sheep gate, a pool that is called in Hebrew Bethesda, which there were 5 porches. And the Bible describes that in this particular porch, there were a great multitude of people. They were sick, blind, lame, paralyzed, waiting for the moving of the water. And as I began to read this, I realized it's really kind of a picture of the church. There's a lot of people who are sick. In fact, the word sick here is the same word as being impotent. In other words, they're not able to reproduce life. And so they're blind, maybe spiritually blind. We could look at a similarity there. Lame, unable to walk their walk with Christ, paralyzed. Another word for that is being wrinkled or just withered up. And I think there's a lot of people in the church today that are like that. They're blind, they're not reproducing life, they feel lame in their walk. And Jesus comes right into the middle of that situation. What I love about Jesus is he's not afraid to go where sick people are. I mean, that's how he got me. I was really sick. I was really in need of a Savior and a great physician. Anyway, as Jesus comes into this place, he comes across a man who had been lame or had a spirit of infirmity for 38 years. And he walks up to him and he says a crazy kind of question. He says, "Do you want to be made well?" I mean, who wouldn't want to be made well after 38 years of sickness? But I think really what he was saying to him, are you willing to change? Because, we can get used to our limitations. And I think this guy had gotten used to his limitations. He was giving excuses to Jesus as to why he couldn't get in the water and be made well, and everybody got in before him, and yada, yada, yada. Really, I think Jesus hit the nail on the head. Do you really want to be made well? Are you willing to change? And I guess that's a question that could be asked of all of us, isn't it? Are we willing to change? Are we willing to be different than where we are? Are we so self-satisfied, or we got used to our limitations? Jesus always puts us at the crossroad of having to make a decision. And so maybe this is yours today. Because the invitation by the Lord is, if you're willing to change, then take an effort, make an effort. And just like this man, strength came into his legs, he got up. And what he told him to do is to pick up his bed and walk. And I see that bed as a place of comfort, something he could come back to. But Jesus wasn't going to have any part of that. He said, hey, take your bed too. You're not coming back to where you were. So I hope you'll hear this challenge from the Lord. If there's something you need, if you're willing to change, God is willing to be there with you to empower you to make that change. And then don't forget to pick up your bed. Don't go back to where you were. The Lord is here for you. His strength is here for you. His miracle hand is here at work for you. God bless you. Have a great week. See you next time.